Hello and welcome to the final book review done by us, the pros of PTG. We bring the pros to the P of PTG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every other video we've called this noob reviews. So now we're the pros. I like it by the 16th
Yeah.
book review. I think by now we have to be the pros, right?
We've got to be, right? This surely by now will get everything right.
Yes. Yeah. And definitely won't misinterpret rules even if we know what the rule is, like we
Yeah.
did with the tunnels.
Oh, yeah.
Because we said something that wasn't true. We knew what was true, but
And we
we
knew
didn't
what we
say
meant.
that. We know
So,
what we meant, and so
yeah.
you should know what we mean. When we're
um,
rigorously going through rules. But
yes, so we are here for the Warriors of the Dark Book, God's Book, purely to see what the hell is in it.
yeah,
And also to set us up nicely for the Christmas update, where we can just go through the new stuff in the new year rather than go through the whole book.
exactly.
Yeah, let's take a look, shall we? As always, with all these books, there's a bit of fluff and
Yeah,
saying where it is, and it's all
I like
bubbly
the.
around the world.
It's bubbly. I was going to say it looks cool. I don't know if that's meant to be
Yeah,
like diseasey. I don't know.
yeah.
Maybe.
The plague of the warriors is over the world,
Mm.
and we head straight into the model rules, which focus, which is the fluff of the army, on the dark gods. So there are 7 dark gods, and
Deadly
each
sins.
with yes, each with a specific rule attached to them. Really, Kalima and Envy giving you maximize on charge and pursuit rolls.
Which is a very good one.
Yes, I think
I
a lot
like
of these are good in things. I have my favourite, and we'll see if you can spot it while I talk.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I think a lot of it is pretty good.
Well, I know
Akan,
which ones you've played recently or in the last couple of years. So yeah, okay, carry on. Now I've got an extra task to do while we go through
yes,
these. Okay.
Akan,
We
which
need to
is
give it a lucky
gluttony.
sixes rating. Sorry, yes.
Gluttony giving you +1 strength if you're
Every
on the
time you
winning
win.
side of combat.
Oh, the
I
first
think
time
that's.
you win, actually, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh yeah, the first time.
Not cumulative. You're about to say it's cumulative, and it's not.
I was going to say,
It's just the first
it
time.
can't be. But yeah, so
No.
basically, if you chaff them, they become stronger for the rest of the battle.
Yeah. Don't chaff them.
Sugalug, Grud agreed, giving you Weapon Master and all the weapons. Chosen Lord with this favour, take a second item from the artifacts category, or the potions as well.
Brucey bonus.
So a little bit extra stuff. Sibaresh, the God of Lust, giving you Feigned Flight and Strider, which is very nice. Favour of Savar, God of Pride, giving you Disciplined and Courage chests minimised anyway. Favour of Nakuja, Goddess of Sloth, giving you Aegis 6+, and if you're height 1 to 4, it gains Aegis +1, which would take your Aegis 6+ to an Aegis 5 up, in case you were wondering, against no armour save.
Yeah, only if you got no armor save though, which a lot of demons don't have. So that's kind of just like a extra thing. But
yes, yeah. Okay, and then the last one, Vanandra, the Goddess of Wrath, giving you First Strike Hatred. And of course, First Strike is not devastating charge, it's every single time, which is very, very nice.
Yeah, and the Wrath one is long gone, where the opponent gets +1 to hit now.
Yes.
In response, that's long gone now, so we don't have to worry about that anymore, which is good, because it caused issues. So
It did.
So which is your favourite Lucky Sixes? Well, you've played Gluttony, you've played Envy, you've played Sloth, and you've played Wrath. So I'm going to rule out the other 3. So you'd be surprising me if you chose Lust, Pride, or Greed. I don't think, because you didn't know that rule inside out, and you know your rules. So I'm going to rule out that.
The ones I use anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I think your favourite is going to be Envy.
Okay, it is a very good guess, because that's the favourite I've used. However, the favourite of everything is a surprise to you, and it's going to be Lust.
No,
Feigned flight.
you never flee. You never
Feigned
flee.
flight. No, no, no.
That's a lie. It's a
No,
lie.
it's not Feigned flight. It's for the Strider, my friend. Feigned flight is
Oh, right. Oh,
fantastic for the
okay.
fact that you can do it, and it gives you a bit of
Okay.
options. But Strider in what is effectively
Okay.
giving your units a
Stalker
pass on
standard.
all things, a stalker standard everywhere. I've seen it used, and I think that's a very, very good one. So I'm going to say that's
Okay.
my favourite one.
All right. All right. Fine.
But
Fine.
I did like double maximize
Envy.
on envy
Yeah.
things, so that would be probably of the ones that I've used. So you did
Yep.
not done well. Next one, Battle Fever,
Yeah.
is mainly for the barbarian type things, but is in
Hmm.
other things as well. Must re-roll failed courage tests, so sort of putting it in line with a lot of the army itself.
Yes. Yeah, which is fair enough. Yeah, and
Uh,
it's very useful for them, I would say.
Yes. Yeah. And warriors, for the most part, are going to be the things when we're going to see that stats what have all the stats can work well on with the units individually,
Hmm.
as well as together. So the one thing they need to be able to do is there's not necessarily synergy between the units, but
No.
individually each unit has its own good thing, and everything can be used out wide, and there's no
Yeah.
bubble things with warriors, and that's what you're going
I
to sort
I
of get that
reckon
feel of.
the synergy comes from the sins, the seven, things, and not necessarily in choosing the same one, but in combining the different effects. I think is where your synergy comes from,
Yeah.
and that's where the units can all choose a different one as you need, depending on what the role needs. So I think synergy is very different in this book than it is in the other books,
Mm.
but in a good way. I like it.
Yeah. Hellforged armor is now resistant to toxic attacks. Obviously, not giving you the Aegis because of it's just to annoy the Undying dynasties, I think.
Yeah.
Spiked shield. If you're height 1 to 3 using hand weapon and this spiked shield, the bearer successfully passes an armor save on a roll of 4+ against an enemy melee attack. In its front facing, the bearer immediately inflicts one hit with its strength and AP towards the model that caused the wound. So,
Yeah. This one's
can
one
work on
to
horses
remember.
as well.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Well, yeah,
if
the
you're a
horse
Warriors
itself doesn't
player,
use a spike shield, but
no, if you're a Warriors player, you will remember it because it's a very nice rule.
yeah,
How much it's actually gonna help you is I'm not sure. I'm not sure
yeah,
if
and also
anybody's
because you have to
had a.
pay for your spike shield, is it
Yeah,
something you're going to choose to do?
it is
I'm
good
not
though.
sure.
I
Mm,
do think this is good. So yeah, I'd like to see. I think it's better on paper than it is um, in actual battles. But I'd love to hear
yeah,
people where it's turned the tide.
we'll see the pricing around it, and I think at the moment it might be a bit pricey for what it does,
Yeah.
but I could, we'll see as we go through.
Trophy rack, giving you a single banner enchantment on a thing that isn't a BSB, for example. And in addition, an enemy unit engaged with the bearer's unit when an enemy unit engaged with the bearer's unit is removed, the bearer gains a resolute +1.
That's cool. Yeah, so there's a lot of gaining momentum already that we've
Mm,
seen in two different rules. You kill stuff, you get stronger, you get better, you get more killy,
yeah.
which is very warrior-like. They're described as brutal warriors, and they definitely like a bit of fighting, don't they? So
Yeah, they do. Veil Walker changed over the years, but and right now, currently, it gives you +1 to a learn spell with
I
anything with
like it.
damage, which is
I
really
think it's
good.
simple. It's nice.
And it's
Yeah,
good. There's
no,
not
it's
many
good.
pluses in the
No,
world of
there's not.
Magic now, so that
Yeah,
is a very good effect
it is. Yeah, really
overall.
cool.
Magic items, and we start with the weapon enchantments. Burning Portent, 110 points
Whew.
is AP 10, Flaming, and Multiple Wounds D3. It's very, very nice. It is on a hand weapon, so you're sort of limited in your strength to some extent, but otherwise it's very, very good.
I think it's awesome. I think it's really good. I mean, you're not going to get many low strength warriors anyway. Like, if you're putting it on a strength 4 model, well, I mean, bold, but you probably don't need to. I'm just looking at the Chosen Lord. Yeah, he definitely comes in at strength 5. And
Yeah.
the Doom Lord, strength 5. It's only the Sorcerer and the Barbarian Chief who are not strength 5 or higher. So I think those are the models you're going to be probably aiming it towards anyway to get the strength 5 minimum. And with your AP10, you're laughing at anyone with armor.
Yeah.
So yeah, a multiple wounds D3 is always nice. Always
It
nice.
is. It is. It helps the thing. The flaming attacks there is the biggest downside, somewhat. In that it's not turn on, turn off, but otherwise it's a very good item.
Yeah, I mean, even better if your opponent's got regen. So
Yeah. Symbol of Slaughter gives you +2 attacks and +2 agility. Can be put on a paired weapons as well, so equivalent of +3 attacks with plus.
I think that's so cheap.
It's very, very nice.
Cheap.
Yeah.
So cheap.
You can
really good.
From memory, you can easily get to sort of 7, 8 9 attacks pretty easily with this. So
I think this could easily be like 55 points or higher. Because agility is so crucial as well, especially with warriors that are really looking to kill stuff and not worrying as much about their defense. But yeah.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Into armor, we have Thrice Forged armor set to 6. Very, very simple. Very, very nice. Gives you a 1-up, no matter what you are, like 1 to 3.
And speaking of armor, someone may have already commented on this, like literally written it as I said it earlier. But when we were talking about Nakuja, Goddess of Sloth, earlier, and it was about an Aegis that was situational against no armor save. I think I said when we were talking about that this army doesn't have much armor save. But in my head, when I said that, I thought we were doing the Demons book. So if you've already commented to correct me on this army book not having much armor, no. I was just wrong in my head. So move on. We do have armor in this book, and Thrice Forge is one example of
it. And even more armor, Gladiator Spirit gives you parry and extra armor if you're 1 to 4, so it can work for chariots as well.
Plenty of
there. Into banner enchantments and Zealot's banner. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
The auto include at the minute. Extra support 3. I can't help but feel this is going to get changed. But yeah, allows your warriors with paired weapons to support from the 2nd rank with all their attacks. It is very, very good, and it's very, very useful.
Yeah, because I mean, effectively, that extra support is changing it from 1 supporting attack to 3.
Yeah.
So an extra 2 attacks per model.
Yeah. And
so you're looking at least 10 extra attacks.
Yeah, and it can be put on there's no height restrictions, so it can be put on other things. But obviously, that's where you get the biggest efficiency for the price and everything. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely that's where I'm seeing it everywhere. And that's where you should put it while you still can. The Icon of the Infinite gives you Hellfire as a bound spell 6+. 6+ is quite high for a bound spell, but Hellfire is a very, very good spell, as we'll come on to. So that is.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably a 3 dice bound spell, isn't it? And probably not when your opponent's got any dice left. But Hellfire, you can just spam it all day because it's that good.
Yeah, it's really good. Western Torch, one of my favourites. First Strike, Flaming Attacks, and Strider Ruins.
Oh, Strider.
Yeah, I know. Always a nice thing. In addition, during pre-game selections, you may choose a field or forest and change it to a ruins. I really like this. It's been quite similar throughout, and I think it gives you a lot of game board control when it comes down to it, because you can change how the thing looks to your favour. So I really like this a lot.
Cool.
Veilgate Orb. This is a bit of a contentious one at the moment. Gives basically in a little while, towards the end of this review, we'll get on to one of the bigger, again, more contentious things in being the Hellmore. This also gives you a Hellmore style thing, gives you another portal, and gives whatever unit your magic user is in a way to teleport wherever the hell it likes, whenever the hell it likes. So yeah, it's a very, very good item. 100 points is not underselling it.
No. I think if you're going to go in for this, then you will take this and you will make use of it. It's very good. Yeah.
So yeah, if you're taking a Hellmore, you get an extra pip to the portal token thing, but you get it anyway, I think. Regardless,
even if you don't have a Hellmore.
But that's where I've seen it been used. And you can ambush as it'll be. And we'll get onto the ambushing, teleporting a little bit later. But yeah, Felgate Orb, very, very good item.
Yeah, well, with this you can move your gateway marker as well, so that you can ambush from a new place.
Yeah.
So it's not just set to where you put it in the first place, is it?
Yeah, very much so. Dark Familiar gives you all learned spells giving you +6 range and 3 to aura. Very, very good.
Quite expensive for what it is, I think. But if you go in for this with warriors, then you're already against the curve, really, because they don't like to leave much range. You wouldn't have thought.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So I think this is a bit expensive. It kind of counters a lot of what the army's trying to do, in my opinion. But any other army that had this would probably need to pay 60 points. I think this is a bit overpriced for them. But
fair.
Yeah.
Immortal Gauntlets giving you the choice of divine, flaming, or magical during a round of combat. The choice is fantastic. 50 points is decent. Probably erring on the more expensive side, as it takes a slot away. But the choice is always why things are so expensive.
Yeah, I mean it's probably because most of the time you're probably going to be choosing divine attacks, I would imagine. But there could be a time when you need to get flaming or magical, like it says, and that versatility is really what you're paying for.
Ethereal units, maybe, or something like that.
Yeah. I think a lot of people would pay 50 points if it was just divine.
Turn it on and off. Well, just have
divine, just a bonus.
Yeah, true. Lord of the Damned gives you a chance to either minimize or maximize your random movement.
I love
that. Obviously, it gives you your guys a bit more maneuverability, and we'll come on to the random movers. It's the wretched ones and the bigger dudes. But yeah, we'll see that in a sec.
It's when you choose the minimize that you just roll all sixes anyway.
And finally, Wordstone. It gives you hard target 2. Can always be useful. Hard target 2 is very good on itself. So a model that can do that is fantastic. I guess it's not the bearer's unit though, unless hard target.
One use only as well.
Does hard target affect the unit if one of them is in it?
No, and it's the bearer's model. It's very specifically stated towards a model.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it doesn't have solitary in there as well, actually, to be honest, just to tidy that up. Yeah.
All right, and it's any height as well, so that's probably where
I suppose it's one use only, so it's only going to affect the battle for a very short amount of time.
As always, these are the items that the shared magic ones can go through. We're not going through any of the book stuff just yet. Rod of Battle being a decent one here. Death Cheater.
Cheap banner of speed, actually.
Cheap banner of speed.
Pretty cheap, isn't it?
Yeah.
Brave Calls is a spell scroll for 30 points. Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
We'll take a look at them, get amazed like PUBG, and we'll move on. So the first of the other things: Hellfire, damage 18, range 18. Damage 18. That would be lovely. Range 18 inches. So I mean, it's not a long one; it's a sort of mid-range one, but it can be cast in combat, which is where it certainly makes up for it. 10 is quite a high casting value, but with 2d6, strength 6, AP 0, you're doing fantastic. Obviously, the AP 0 will be a bit of a minimizer there, but yeah.
It just means choose your targets correctly, and I don't think there's ever going to be. I mean, other than your KOE army, there's never going to be an army that has loads of armor across the board. So
yeah. And even then, you've got Chaff and huge Chaff killer, Elf killer, all this stuff. Yeah, really, really good spell. You'll see it used a lot.
Definitely.
On to the characters, and we have the first Exalted Herald, 700 points. So he's a big, expensive dude. Can have some other manifestations that we'll get into, but first of all, looking at its stats: offensive 9, defensive 8, 6 attacks at strength 5, AP 2. He does have a stomp for what it's worth, being height 4, and he's got 5 HP at res 5, armor 4 up, Aegis 4 up as well.
Defensive 8 as well, really cool.
Yeah, he's this guy's stat has all the stats. I mean, he's a wizard adept as well, for what it's worth there, so he does get channel. But where he really comes in is the manifestations, and we'll scroll down to that. Now, these all come in as different things, so you get different spells access depending on what you choose. So you Abiding Spirit gives you hard target, really good against those shooting units, and gives you Hand of Glory as an option. I should say with all of these you get Hellfire and Wrath of God as an option as well. So and you must choose 2 of the manifestations below, choosing 2 spells of whatever you have available, with Hellfire and Wrath of God as an option. So
because
so
you're either getting a choice of 4 or 5 spells. If 5 spells if you take Sorcerer Immortal, or 4 spells if you take any of the other 2, alongside the 2 that you get as a given. So it's either 3 out of 4 or 3 out of 5, which is pretty cool.
2 out of 4 or 2 out of 5.
Oh, do you not get 3 for being an adept?
No, it might have must select 2 spells. So
okay, fair enough.
That's one of the
and
drawbacks.
it replaces the
being
normal rules for being an adept. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah.
Okay.
Still, pretty good though.
Still very good. Yes. So Brand of the Dragon gives you a breath attack, boo, fly, and swift stride. So you're very pacey and can't be chaffed, which is always a good thing. Devouring Dark as an option for occultism. I mean, mainly these give you occultism, by the way. So it just gives you different spells from that. Emissary of Chaos gives you Battle Fever and Stomp D6. Stomp's very, very nice. It's very situationally. And in conjunction with Unholy Avatar later on, giving you +1 strength, +1 AP, and Divine. Both of those giving you Pentagram and Blood Curse as options from occultism, respectively.
Yeah.
Then finally, we have Sorcerer Immortal, giving you the Veil Walker for him, which I think... I just think it's a bit of an auto-include, if I'm honest.
Okay.
I think really you're choosing Sorcerer Immortal and another one. But it is chosen at pre-game selections, so it's not set in stone.
It is.
But I do think
half of the battle, really.
Yeah.
With why this is so good is you can tailor it to who you're going against after you've seen their list. This is tailoring 101. Isn't it?
Definitely.
So,
but Umbral Majesty and Grave Calls as options is fantastic. Grave Calls and Hellfire as 2 damage spells, given that you've got Veil Walker, is pretty good.
Really good.
And normally enough to hold its own on its own. So but I mean, it's each to your own. Change your thing. I love this guy because he's got options, but he is a lot of points if he goes down. 5 HP.
Cheaper than he used to be, though.
So. Yes, ever slightly, but he's got less spells.
It's gone down.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yep,
moving on.
Just make sure you got at your Aegis as well if you're playing him.
Yeah. Roll 4-ups, please, with this guy. Chosen Lord. I mean, comes in at 280, but he's not going to stay anywhere near that price point. 5 attacks at offensive 8, strength 5, AP 2, agility 7. Whereas he has 3 HP on foot anyway, defensive 7, res 5 already, 4 up armor, and a shield to go along with that. So, he's pretty tanky. Stats-wise, you can have all the stuff really with him. You choose a single favour, normally, so he can go along with whatever unit you want him to, but obviously can have on his own if he wants to be. A mount and a weapon, if you want him on a mount, of course. Lots of options if you do.
Tons of options. We'll go through those when we get to the mounts, won't we? But he can basically be whatever you want him to be, and rock at it. So
Trophy rack is 10 points, and you can have a single gift of the Dark Gods as seen below. So these are really, really good. The fact you can only have one is good because I would take them all.
You'll soon hit that 700 point maximum.
Yeah, absolutely. These are all really good in their own right, and can. I do think they can really sort of tailor some of your lists and can be the guy to write your list around, depending on which one of these you take. So, Idler Spike gives you +1 attack, +1 strength, +1 AP, one use only. Very, very clutch. Very, very good. Is a really solid thing throughout.
I think it's overpriced purely because of the Symbol of Slaughter item. Symbol of Slaughter is far cheaper for all the battle compared to this being one use only.
Yeah.
But I guess this is one use only.
It
and
is
going to be when you need it most. So
yeah, it is really good. I know what you mean. 70 points does seem a lot, but I think it's the fact that on the stats you can have this. You can obviously have it with Burn Important as well, to give you that extra strength and attack. So I don't know. I think it's a lot of the. I think they've thought about the conjunctions that you can have it with.
Well, I just think it reinforces me saying that Symbol of Slaughter is underpriced, to be honest,
yes,
more than anything else.
Agreed.
But yeah,
agreed.
Yeah.
No,
exactly.
Demonic Wing. Demonic Wings gives you +3 charge and +3 mobility, as well as obviously fly and swift stride. 65 points. Decent, I think. You don't come with attached, do you, either? So
no.
Yeah,
all good.
So you can run out your units. Yeah. A Luck of the Dark Gods gives you +1 Aegis. So I mean, talisman of. What is it, not preservation? What is it called now? Shielding. It gives you 5 up. Then add this on, an easy 4 up for some. It's expensive, but it gives you. It's not from the items allowance, so that's why it's expensive. You know. Dark Prelates are a really interesting one. It gives you a couple of extra bound spells from a not normally casting unit, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
Blood
Curse and Pentagram are decent spells as well.
They are both decent, and both the kind of spells that you can do as you're approaching, which is kind of nice for this guy. So
yeah. And finally, Entropic Aura is a very funny one because it just turns off all weapon and armor enchantments. We might be seeing this one quite a lot at Daventry because of the gauntlet and the dual stuff that we're having on. But yeah, the fact that you can just turn off an Aegis save, Destiny's cool. Users beware, right? And weapons
a lot
as well.
Of fun with that.
Yeah, if you think about this guy's Res 5 normally with at least a 2-up armor, you turn off a weapon that's going to probably give him some extra strength or whatever, and suddenly he's just super uncolourable.
Just laughing at your attacks, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, all of those are worth looking at and can change the way you write your list.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, really,
Doomlord.
That style.
Yeah. Doomlord is a tanky but not quite as killy version, arguably. It doesn't have as many options, and in terms of mount, can either be on foot or a Wasteland Behemoth. Hand and a Half he's a Forsaken kind of... No, not Forsaken. What are they called? Forsworn character, essentially, which are a bit vogue at the minute, Forsworn.
They are, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he's still very, very decent at 5 attacks, offensive 7, strength 5, AP 2, agility 5, and then defensive 6, 4 HP, res 5, armor 4 with a shield. So, I mean, on his own at 340 points, he's pretty good.
Yeah, and you're almost always going to be paying for one of those weapons as well because you've got hand and a half, so you may as well get a two-handed weapon. You can still make use of it. So yeah.
Spike Shield here is pretty nice as well. Just giving stuff back. He has Dying Blow, so even if you do kill him, he's going to have a few attacks on his way. But yeah, not quite as many options as the guy before, but arguably a bit of a budget version.
Yeah, and a bigger base size, which obviously fits in the certain units where you want him. So
yes.
Yeah,
it can be quite protected by the Forsworn, so can be a bit of a brute in his own right. Sorcerer, the main magic caster from things, is 290 points or 440 if you are a master. Quick maths. Alchemy, Evocation, and Occultism. All very, very good spells. Probably, I mean, Alchemy is very good at the moment, but Evocation's fairly solid as well with Spectral Blades, etc. So yeah, otherwise all the mount options, and you can see all the mount options that the Warriors do have. It's one of the larger options, I think.
It is. I was just trying to work out whether Highborns still beat them in terms of mount options, because Highborns traditionally have always had loads.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's calmed down more recently, but yeah, I think Warriors are just generally a popular army that has always had a lot of mount modeling options,
Yeah.
and so cool mounts goes along with what they do.
Yeah. The only other thing to talk about this guy is he comes with Veil Walker as standard. So bearing in mind, Veil Walker was whatever many points before, but yeah, so it just comes with it as standard.
It's like you said when you mentioned Veilwalker as well. That +1 to cast is a rare thing these days.
It
So
is.
the fact that these guys have got that inherently makes them arguably one of the best casters in the game, and I'm not sure that really fits the law, but it's there. So
Yeah, I mean, it gives it to the only the damage spells. So I guess there is that. But yeah, you're definitely one of the best
oh, I
adepts.
see. Yes, it is. Yeah, you're right. It is only damage spells. I didn't necessarily clock that, but yeah,
Yeah.
still.
But I mean,
still
you're probably
useful.
taking damage spells. Is the thing. So especially with Hellfire being your hereditary,
Yeah, I imagine you're not choosing evocation. I mean, you still could, to be fair. There's a bit of damage in evocation. Yeah, I'm talking my way around it.
Yeah, is that soul blight and stuff, isn't it? That one?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think it can be pretty offensive, and in a army that doesn't really have much range, the magic is really where the range
It's very
comes
good.
from. So
yeah, it hits hard, doesn't it?
Yeah, very much so. The Barbarian Chief. He has a lot of options himself, but is one of the humans that have turned over to the dark side. And yeah, as a special thing, he has Deeds Not Words as an option. Well, not as an option, just as a thing, giving him fury and hatred while joined to any rank and file models with human. Just meaning that you just keep him in a unit.
Yeah.
Really,
he's waiting to become a chosen lord in the future. So until then, he hangs out with the peasants.
He's just a young pup, really, being human. But nothing. 60 points with 3 attacks, offensive, 5, 4, AP 1. Obviously, all the weapon options. It's pretty cheap, and can really help you out. Can be I was just about to say can be a BSB, but he can't, can he?
No, not an option there actually. But I guess that's because the battle fever gives them re-rolling to courage checks anyway, which is your break tests and your panic tests, but not your redirect tests.
Are there any BSB options here? Is it just been taken out of the book?
Yeah, I don't think there are. I mean, they've all got battle fever, haven't they?
Yeah.
All of them. All of the characters got battle fever.
That kind of just shows you how that they don't need to be all together to work. They with all that stuff. So yeah,
they don't worry about redirecting charges or combat reforming.
Yeah,
they don't bother with any of that stuff. They just keep on attacking. So yeah,
keep on attacking.
They're the ones that can reroll anyway.
Yeah. Speaking of attacking, we have the Feldrak Ancestor next, and oh boy, he is a big dude. He's 75 by 100 millimeters, so he is a monster of sorts. And a big old boy, yeah. He has 6 attacks, offensive 6, strength 7, AP 4, at agility a bit lower at 3. But he also has 8 HP at res 6, armor 3 up, and is resistant to any flaming attacks going around. Really. He has hatred against fly units, stomp D6, and a breath weapon, boo. Strength 4, AP 1. Dying Embers means that if he does use that breath weapon, he loses a health point. So he has the worst breath weapon of anything in the whole game. But that's been a traditional thing there. But yeah, just forget you have a breath weapon because it's nigh on pointless anyway.
I would love to. Has anyone used that breath weapon when they only have 1 HP remaining? Please tell me someone's done that.
Just worth
Please.
it.
And even better if it's your opponent that's told you after you've used your breath weapon. Oh, good move. You killed one of my elves with your breath weapon. Now die.
Yeah. Imagine that roll. You kill yourself and double one comes up. You're like, I hate this
Oh,
game. You can
yeah.
have him. Primal Legend means that while he's on the battlefield, however, friendly units cannot use fly or for movements or charge. So
I mean, that's just a list building thing.
yeah, it is. It is. So I mean,
Screw it up.
don't please use fly stuff in your list or choose it.
It's your own fault if you do.
Yeah. No one's got any sympathy with you if you do. But yeah, otherwise, the options for weapons are pretty high, but that's because paired weapons is so good on this guy, giving him an extra attack, extra at 7, and extra offensive, I guess, and ignoring parry. There's so much stuff that the paired weapons does. The others are great, and if you don't have enough points, are always good, and can only get a weapon enchantment at double the points cost, because they would be that much better on him. So that's why he comes in at 560, and 800 really isn't hard to get to.
220 points burn important.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that even allowed? I'm not sure.
I mean, I guess it is, right?
Yeah, it's no limit. 220 points burn important. Nice.
It can only have it on a hand weapon.
Yeah, so and you need to take it in your flying army. But apart from that,
an absolute brute. So on to the mounts, and we have got a few to get through. So we've got Black Steed is your bog standard movement 8 +2 armor. Terrible. It's just a horse, but yeah.
2 armor is nice.
Yes, it is, and yeah, in a army that has lots of armor, despite
despite me saying not. Yeah.
There's always good. Shadow Chaser, movement 10. Very, very good. Giving you also Swift Stride and Vanguard 3 inches on this dude, as well as Strider. Comes with armor just 1, but that's only to offsuit how good this guy is. Otherwise can't attack on himself. But he can get your guy anywhere he needs to be.
Yeah, with the Pippa Vanguard as well, which isn't to be sniffed at.
Exactly. The Scythe Skywill. This is a bit of a traditional unit, but charge 6 but mobility 9 is quite a agile little fellow. Fly, light troops, solitary, swift stride, hard target and magic resistance 1, the hard target there being the better one. And it has 2d3 +1 grind attacks at strength 4 AP 0. Sweeping attacks are an interesting one, 2d3, so that as you go over a unit, I guess you scythe them, so to speak.
Reenact Gladiator, basically.
Yeah. I don't see this a lot. It doesn't give you any extra armor, so that might be a thing, but I don't see it a great deal. So interested to see how people use that. War Dares.
All of the above.
War Dares gives you an extra HP and 2 extra armor, as well as 4 attacks at strength 4 AP 1. Offensive 5. It makes you a bit bigger as well, 50 by 50 mil, but is essentially your throne carrying lot.
Yeah. It goes in with units, doesn't it? So that's
it does.
Where
At height 1, you're going to be going along with your infantry, and not really. It's not there for maneuvering purposes, but it is there to really make your tank already. A tank even tankier.
Yeah, and I think the fact that you get 4 attacks at strength 4 AP 1 with it means that you're not actually worried about using that base size in your unit, because you get something for your base size anyway.
Yeah,
I think it's a nice trade-off.
Don't put him in chosen, but otherwise, it's fine.
Yeah. Exactly.
The Dark Chariot, movement 8. Or charge 8, I should say. 4 HP gives you res 5 and +2 armor, as well as d6 +1 impact hits at strength 5 AP 2. Pretty standard for most of the chariots going around nowadays.
Yeah, nice to see the +1 on the impact hits. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. The Battle Shrine, an interesting little mount. It goes I was going to say goes as a thing, but it isn't a war platform, is it?
Not a war platform. No, it's not. No.
So it's on its own little crusade. It's got 2 wretched ones pulling it, which are pretty good. A grind attack, d6 +1. So does that mean 2 wretched ones as well as the grind, or?
I'm just catching up. Hang on.
I guess not.
2 wretched ones, each with 2d6 plus 2 hits, basically.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So
Yeah, it is. That's how I'd read that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It could be a standard bearer, as well, but obviously it has light troops, so there's no scoring things. I guess that's just for combat res. Yeah. 5 HP at res 5 with a bit of extra armor and an Aegis 5 up. It's pretty tanky, but also comes with some spells. So whoever is on it, and I think it's only if you're a Wizard Master, you will get Molten Copper, Whispers of Veil, Dance Macabre, or Wrath of God. One of them. In addition to what you have.
Yeah, I'm just looking at where the asterisk comes from. In the only if Wizard Master. Oh, Wrath of God is only available if you're a Wizard Master. The others are available.
Oh, I see.
So yeah, I was trying to find the original asterisk that it referred to, and it's Wrath of God. Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Yeah, extra magic's always nice, and extra HP and armor and res on a shaman is wonderful.
Yeah, I think this one's a bit of a Billy Big Balls choice. Like there's probably a lot killier options, and you're probably just safer taking a wizard on foot than having him hanging out in the open on his battle shrine. But lots of modelling options, and it could be very cool.
Yeah. Karkadan, so going on the 50 by 75 monstrous infantry type things, is exactly like you would expect Karkadan. It's all the attributes giving you +2 armor. So you want to lord on that going in one of the Chosen Knight units. Great. This is your guy.
Yeah. Attacks offensive 3 is quite a low offensive skill generally for the book, but strength 5 and AP 2 is always going to be nice. And agility 2 again makes it one of the lower agility models in the book, but they hit hard when they do. So and 2 attacks on a mount is nice.
Yeah. So. The Chimera, often I think this is more of a modeling, and this is baller. I think if you use this guy, I think this is the one that you're like, right, okay, let's have a fun game. I think. Mobility 10 and charge 8 is by no means weak for any reason, especially if you then do give him fly, which does limit his mobility.
A little bit of mobility. Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't be chaffed. So I always think that's when I see fly, I don't see fly. I see can't be chaffed written down.
Very good.
To be honest, 5 HP, res 5, 3 up armor, and 5 strength 5 AP 2 attacks with stomp D3 means he's no joke in combat. Something to be wary of, at least.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, I think he comes in around 160 points for the Chosen Lord. I'm just looking at all the other options.
Okay.
The Sorcerer can't take a Chimera. The Barbarian Chief comes in at 220, but I guess that's because you're probably paying for some of his rules being with humans, so it's not likely you want it anyway. But 160 points on a Chosen Lord is pretty good points-wise, I think. But like you say, it's a bit baller, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wanting to go with this when you could just make a killy model on foot anyway.
I think this is the cool choice. If you've ever chosen this, you're cool.
Yeah. For
Ordained
at least 3 turns. And then you're dead.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Doesn't that describe most cool things?
Yeah, it probably does actually, yeah.
If you've ever seen Grease, I don't know. Anyway.
No, I haven't.
Wasteland is the next one. 8 HP at res 6, armor 3 up is a very, very good tanky dude. Strength 6, AP 3 with 6 attacks, and stomp D6 as well means he can kill a lot of things. Additional limbs for an extra 10 points only gives you mobility 10 and armor a bit less. So you've got limbs where your armor used to be.
Yeah. But you move quicker those.
Yeah, but he's a big boy.
Reason to use your armor.
Yeah, he's certainly a big boy and can hit hard. So I like this guy a lot.
Yeah, well, you like him because he's effectively a dragon, but they're not calling him a dragon.
Yeah, and
I suppose he's not a dragon, is he? Because
we have a dragon,
this guy's the dragon
next.
Yeah.
This guy's the dragon, but yeah, no, sure. this is your standard dragon stats. Nothing too out of the way there. He's got a boo breath weapon. His meeting of minds, though, is when initiating a move maneuver, it can choose to fly and gain +2 mobility instead.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, so not on the charge, basically.
Yeah, but it also has fly anyway.
Yes.
So
I suppose it can still fly
if
charge 7.
Yeah. It's basically
if it
+2
wants to-
mobility.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why it's gone. Oh, to lose
Oh, it has
fly.
to lose fly. It loses fly.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that makes some sense now. Now we can actually
Not to
understand
choose
what
fly,
we're talking about.
to lose fly. And yeah, so
Not fly.
all right,
For a
yeah, cool.
dragon
So
guy.
a bit more maneuverable unless it's in a tricky situation. But yeah. Not like troops though, so you still have to bear that in mind when moving him around.
Beddies.
But he's on a chariot base, so 50 by 100, so not too bad. Okay, so on to the warriors, and the warriors of the Dark Gods core being warriors is very efficient.
This, yeah.
These can be anything really, with all the different choices of favor and different choices of armor. They can be standardized. The reason you see them in every single warriors list is because they can be anything you want them to be.
Yeah, and they're probably, we haven't got enough time in the day to go through all the different favors and how they affect the different units, because you would have to do that 7 times for every unit entry, effectively.
You would.
So, yeah.
But essentially super maneuverable in terms adaptable. But one of the big things you see with them at the minute is the Zealot banner, paired weapons, and choice of favor. You know, if you want to make it more killy or whatever, you can. Lust is I think a really good one for them, even though it's one of the cheapest, just because it gives them that strider, and this is where your combat res and stuff is going to come from in this book. You're not really going to get it from anywhere else, apart from say the barbarians, which isn't the next one. That would have been really smooth. But yeah, the next one is
Spike Shield is a bit too expensive at 2 points a model when you're already getting a shield for free anyway. Yeah. I think if you want to make that a valid rival to the paired weapons or the other two, then you got to make it 1 point a model, I think.
Yeah.
But it is good. So yeah. Would it become too good at 1 point a model? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it? I think 1 point, I think, make it definitely, but I don't know. Fallen, however, who are not barbarians, they are just like some weird stuff.
You're scraping the barrel now on the 16th Army.
They're just like mutants, basically. I think have fallen. 2 attacks each, strength 4, AP 1, not too bad, especially as they come with paired weapons. So their offensive is actually 5, not 4, and they actually have 3 attacks each. So really, really good. For that 5, pumps out 15 attacks, which is very nice. 4 up armor and dying blow makes them very, very good.
Defended.
Yeah, so the dying blow there is the one there. Light troops as well, so can mobility 6 be decent chaff. And I think I quite like 5 of them for 150 here.
I liked when you played this unit. You haven't played it in a long while, but I liked it.
Yeah, I agree. It was always fun. Barbarians, however, previously mentioned, this is where the combat res comes from, as you can have 40 of them in a unit. They don't have much in the way of armor or res, so don't expect that. You can get them a shield, but parry, is it that much good? I don't know. I wouldn't.
Well, you're already defensive 4, aren't you? So you're probably not going to go with that option. Spears, on the other hand, make a unit good.
Spears, yeah, absolutely. But yeah, seeing these used in these are the bigger units to support the army really, and yeah, very much that's what you're getting with them. Barbarian horsemen, sort of similar issue. I've never seen 15 of them in one. I don't think. Maybe Tim Botnick's used it. Not sure.
Okay.
Maybe he has, but yeah, not very often, especially. And their choice of weapon is free for no matter what. So yeah, there you go. Fast scoring. Yep, can be summoned.
Always.
Um,
Yeah.
are always decent, and 170 for 5 is can be chaff as well. So bit of an all rounder here.
I
Not
think
really
so.
a master of any. Like Lance is only going to get strength 5. You put great weapons on them, you lose the shield, so they're not going to survive too much. And these guys don't have Dying Blow, so yeah, they're not going to be overly killy, but yeah, it can be useful for sure.
I think like you said, they're just going to be your scoring dart that can also do a job if you need them to. So yeah, they're in a nice middle ground kind of area, but they're never going to win you a battle single-handedly. Yeah. They might help you win the battle by coming in at the right time with what you need them to do. But yeah.
Yeah. On to special, although kind of not in the Warhounds. If you have 8 of them, they count as core. If not, they are special, so they're a bit cheaper if you have a special, but obviously not coming from the core tax. So they're like most other Warhounds. These guys have the Release the Hounds to make them a bit different, giving them a +2 mobility and devastating charge, +1 attack and strength, which does mean that 8 of them at height 2. Oh no, they're height 1. Ah, there we go. But yeah, you put them in, say 4x4. And that is pumping, 12, 16 attacks at strength 4, AP 1.
Yeah.
On the charge. Not something that's that they could surprise a lot of people, I think, in that regard. But are predominantly your chaff.
Yeah, I mean, you did say 4x4 there. That would be illegal, but you probably meant 4x2, right?
But yeah, I did. Yeah.
4x4 just sounds more fun.
4x4, yeah. Let me know if you've cheated and put them in a 4x4 formation. Anyway, Warrior Knights are next up. We have.
Oh, here's where it's at.
Yeah,
lists have been built around these guys.
Very much so. It's one of my favourite lists that I've ever used with them because they are very, very simple. They do what they want. You know, with lances, they're strength 6 on the charge at 2 attacks. They're going to be 2 up armor, 1 up with shields. As well, so just really, really good. I've used them with Pride quite a lot for the maximized thing, just making them. They're just super tanky.
Yeah.
No. So for minimized. I said the wrong thing.
Oh right.
For minimized checks.
Pride is minimized. Courage tests. But
yeah. So just means that even you need to take. I think we did the maths. When I was using like a list with like 4 units of Warrior Knights for like 500 points, and 500 each, by the way. But yeah, and I think you have to kill 6 for them to be nullified. Otherwise, they're still going to be on like a 5 minimized, which has a surprisingly high chance of. But yeah, anyway, they're really good.
They are super good. Yeah, I mean, fearless is the only thing you got to be careful of with them. So you have got to, but that goes for a lot of the army. So
unless you take lust, obviously, which is one of the higher ones on these guys because giving you Strider as well.
I'm on board now with your Strider idea. I get you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely. Warrior Chariot is your bog standard chariot. He's not. There's nothing too much to worry about in terms of you're not too different or anything. Obviously, the favors give him a bit of a different angle, but at 4 HP, res 5, armor 3 up, with D6 +1 impact hits. He's just a standard chariot. 200 points is very decent as well.
And Halberd Warrior Crew on top, two guys on top with 4 attacks total on strength 5 AP2. I think is pretty decent.
Yeah, he's going to be decent on the charge. Again, the impact hits are always a thing, but the extra attacks from the Halberd dudes are pretty nice. So yeah, 200
I love
points,
that Solitary is a recent addition to it.
Yeah.
Who's tried to put it in a unit and meant that they've had to add Solitary.
Okay, and one of my all-time favourites, really. Probably at the minute not the most efficient, but I mean with the Chosen having 3 attacks each and extra support 3 as standard. I mean, often there has been units with 10 of them with 30 attacks just go into town on units and can absolutely obliterate units on their own. 2 HP each. is pretty nice for infantry as well, and something to look out
Really
for.
is.
An offensive and defensive 6 at res 4, 4 up armor or 3 up with shield means they're pretty tanky as well. But the agility 5 and just killing nature of these dudes, especially if you add in halberds or one of the favors to help them out a bit, they can chew through anything.
They really can. Yeah. I've always been a bit confused as to why they're not more popular. It seems like you were the only person that's played them in the last 5 years, like in the whole of the world. I could be wrong,
Yeah.
but I just think they're so good. I guess they're quite easy to ignore if they're just
Yes.
one unit of them.
They're only
That's
infantry at
where
movement 5, yeah.
they're going to struggle to get their points back unless you really get it in the right place. But even then, if you do get it in the right place, then you could just end up being chaffed all game.
Yeah.
And by the time you've got through the chaff, you're out of position. So I get it why they're not popular, but yeah, they're just very good.
They are very good. And can get expensive very quickly.
Mhm.
Chosen Knights, the monstrous infantry version of these, having chosen riders on them with halberds as standard, obviously using a favour to flavour up your knights as you like. Again, one of the ones I look out for is Lust. Sloth, giving them extra res for... No, it's Aegis, isn't it? No. What does Sloth give?
Mhm. Yeah, Aegis 5
Yeah.
up, and but only if you are against no armor save. So I suppose you would have to lose your armor save in order to make use of it, which is tough to do when you start with a decent
it
armor.
is.
Like
So-
most of the book has plenty of armor, as I said right
Yeah.
from the start.
But yeah, only 3 or 4 of these guys as a maximum, so no 5 in them anymore, and putting a character to make 6. So yeah,
Thank goodness.
yeah, and but yeah, solid. Probably on the expensive side at the minute. Not for what they are; they're pretty still pleasing. Just in the book, you can easily get. Yeah, they suddenly take
and I guess
a big
because
chunk
they're
of your.
limited to a halberd and they can't get access to a shield, you know, you would probably almost always go with a shield if you could choose it.
Yeah, I think so.
But the halberd at least makes me strength 5 riders as well as mount, which is decent. So,
but yeah, nothing really. If you've seen these before, which a lot of us have in lists, there's nothing that will surprise you too much from them. Impact hits 1, stomp attack 1, and for the most part, there's going to be strength 5, AP 2, with a decent amount of attacks. If they charge into something they like, whatever they're charging into is going to go by very quickly.
Yeah. I think the only thing that can catch them out is their 3 HP means that once they lose a model, they can start bleeding fairly quick. But yeah.
If you're able to deal
while they're
with them,
strong, they're good.
Yeah, then they can be a bit of a liability considering how expensive they're likely to be, and arguably as well, charge and mobility 7 isn't the fastest out there. There are lots of things with 8 or 9. So, but yeah, if you're able to use these and get them in the right spots, they'll do some damage.
Definitely.
Chosen Chariot, the upgrade to the regular Chariot, and it's an upgrade because it has 5 HP, res 5 with a 2 up armor basic, offensive defensive 6 with 2 chosen crew on top with halberds again, and a Karkadan and D6 +1 hits. That alone would be pretty good at 310, but it does have the options for a favour to help it along where it needs to be. I quite like this guy. I think the extra stats you get from it are worth the extra 100 points.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these favours you don't actually have to pay for as well, whereas the Warrior Chariot has to pay for them on top of its original price.
Yeah.
So, again, interesting that Sloth is an expensive one, considering you've got so much armour.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I don't. I think because you'd have to pay for it, I don't think I'd be looking at that. But any of the others being free just makes it super nice. Again,
I guess single models generally don't have Aegis saves. Is probably what they're thinking of there.
Yeah.
But,
the Chimera is an option on its own. Doesn't have to be a mount. And this is you're even cooler if you choose this.
For an extra 100 points that you pay.
Extra, but 260 for all the things we talked about before. Not sure it's 5 attacks only. I'm not sure it's going to go through things on its own. The reason it's sort of good as a mount is because it's got the guy on top with 6, probably 6 or 7 attacks. But yeah, so he's all right. Mobility 10 is a massive thing. Obviously, can do wings as well. But yeah, he's okay. I think he doesn't really know what he's best at. 5 attacks. Stomp D3 is nearly there.
Defensive 3 is going to be a liability on him. You know, you're going to be fielding a lot of attacks getting through the first round of hitting because you're low defensive. So tough.
Yeah. And moving on to the Wretched Ones. These are quite a fun little unit, to be honest. AP Naught is their biggest. Yeah, AP Naught is their biggest downfall. Otherwise, they're pretty cool.
They're really cool. Yeah, they've got all the rules that make them cool. You know, who doesn't want random move and stubborn and dying blow and all? I mean, writhing mass is just hilarious in itself. So
yeah,
yeah, it's so good.
Yeah,
so they're solid stats as well. So
they are. 3d6 random move, as you say. 4 HP each with res 4. No armor, but they do have 5 up regen. Defensive 2, so they're going to get hit and they're going to get hurt. But obviously the regen's there to hopefully try and keep them alive. They have dying blow, so even if they do die, they attack. And the writhing mass that you mentioned means that everyone gets their full grind attacks. Even if they're in the second ranks. So everyone, they each get D6 plus 1. Unit 6 is 66 plus 6. Fantastic. Can do some damage.
Exactly. 42 hits if you roll with 6 of them. Why not? Mate. I mean, you especially can get up to 42 hits. Attacks. Well, it is hits because they automatically hit.
Yeah, auto hitting obviously with grind is pretty good. Strength 4 is not nothing to sniff at as well. Elf killer is a massive elf killer, to be honest. Doesn't like armor,
no.
But yeah, otherwise all pretty good. I do like a big
4
unit.
HP on them are really, really nice as well. Like, you know, you're already dealing with dying blow and the fact that they're going to strike back anyway. But 4 wounds per model is quite difficult to get rid of when you're trying to shift an extra D6 plus 1.
Yeah.
You know,
stubborn with unstable anyway, is always pretty good as well. So they've got a real good chance of targeting something for a counter charge as well. So yeah, all round, you got to try and deal with these as much as possible out of combat where you can.
Yeah, and even if they do get out of position, that 3d6 random move means they're back in position almost instantly. So yeah, and with that, is it a redeemable item that we saw earlier in the book? You know, they've Lord of the Damned. I don't mean irredeemable. Ignore irredeemable. That's nothing to do with it. Lord of the Damned is the item that can allow you to do your. Oh no, it is irredeemable. Yeah, it can allow you to reroll your stuff. So
it is.
Pretty cool.
The random movement. The next one is quite apt. After talking about Wretched Ones, it's the Forsworn. They're very different in terms of stats. So they're 3 HP res 4 armor, 3 up with a shield is 2 up. So pretty tanky. Not massive in the way of offense. 2 attacks at strength 4, AP 1, with options for weapons. But the biggest thing here for these guys, which makes these guys incredible, is damnation.
Yeah.
So the damnation rule basically means if they fail a break test, then however many models are left get replaced with Wretched Ones. It also means there's a few little things in here that are a bit juicy for these guys. So they count as being in a new round of combat, but you don't. So, for example, you don't get lances twice and things like that. But it also means that there are other little sequences there to be careful of. So bear that in mind. But yeah, this whole little bullet point list is there. They're really, really good because they have the Wretched Ones are exactly the same that we just covered, and the Forsworn themselves have dying blow as well. So they don't care about dying; they just attack. They don't care if they fail because they turn into a new unit. Again, tarp it in. Again, making
Yeah.
it really easy for some counter charges. And this is Vogue in Warriors right now.
That's your phrase at the moment, yeah.
It is,
I
yeah.
always think to myself when I see a unit like this that turns into something else, which I think is actually unique, actually, thinking about it.
Mm,
Um, you almost want to take 9 Forsworn, like lose combat by 1, fail your break test, and turn into 9 Wretched Ones. Because that's more Wretched Ones than you can usually take, right? Because they can usually
yeah,
Wretched Ones is max 6.
yeah,
I mean, I guess that's still a disaster. You want your 9 Forsworn to stay on the table. But if they turn into Wretched Ones, it's still not a terrible thing.
yeah. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I mean, you
Yeah.
gain HP, actually.
No, you do. Yeah.
Yeah, which is insane. Uh, but I remember this unit being the old wooden spoon choice, or at least it was in my mind. So is it
Yeah.
Damnation and the fact that it has Damnation changed
There
significantly
was
over the
different
years?
there were different iterations of it throughout
Hmm.
years, and this is definitely the we'll say most broken
Yeah,
of the options. It just has it all really.
yeah, yeah. Seems so. Because I mean, like you say, apart from the fact they've only got 2 attacks each, they're pretty good at fighting before they turn into Wretched Ones, and we've already
Yeah,
said how good Wretched Ones are. So yeah, it's great. It's like a
yeah, absolutely.
second chance saloon for them.
Yeah, I quite like the idea of spike shields here as well because
Mm,
any extra ones that you do get off, then they do wounds to you, and then they turn into
that's a really
wretched
good
ones
shout.
which do wounds to you. So, yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, there you go. The most taken unit
yeah,
in the Warriors so at the minute.
yeah. I can't see anyone not taking Damnation at the minute as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah.
It's worth it.
Also, 2 units of it, I think, are an option. But yeah.
Mm,
Um,
nice.
Feldrax are the next one. We have 3 to 5 models at basically 100 points per model. Has some options for weapons and bog standard command grip options as well. They're Res 5 with 4 up armor and resistance to flaming. Get used to that little rule on the Feldrax type things. And three HP each.
Yeah, I sorry to rewind ever so slightly. I've just seen that Damnation is max 6 models per unit on the Forsworn, so yeah, I couldn't transfer my 9 Forsworn into 6 Wretched Ones anyway.
Cool.
But just to clear that up in case you know. But yeah, the Feldrax are a popular one in the book, I think, in terms of like people always want to try and make them work, and I don't think they're ever bad. Um, but they will either have a really really good day or they'll be rubbish.
Yeah, I think
In
the
my
three
experience.
HP each makes them. I know they are only 100 points each, so arguably, but I think that makes them a bit vulnerable at 4 up
Mm,
armor only.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah. Res 5 will
offensively they're
only get
pretty
them so
good.
far. So
Yeah, offensively they're pretty good. 3 attacks each, strength 5, AP 2, and a stomp and hatred against fly. Again, a lot of the Feldrick stuff. But again, it's just kind of all right compared to some of the other stuff. I think.
yeah, and Discipline 9 is very tasty. Like
Yeah,
generally, I mean, I know a lot of the warriors have got high discipline as it is. But yeah, these considering these guys are beasts, you know, they're pretty disciplined.
yeah,
They're going to stick around and they'll take a licking before they get removed. So
yeah.
hmm,
Yeah. The Battle Shrine is another way to get some magic in your list.
yeah,
Veil Walker as standard and Wizard Conclave. Obviously, there was a Battle Shrine type thing in the mounts, and this is just a special
mhm.
option. But can be a standard bearer as well. I like that idea.
Yeah. I mean, it's never going to be scoring because obviously it's light
No.
troops, but yeah, these little standard bearers that you can put on units just to give them a bit of a chance to win combat or hold combat is quite nice actually. I quite like it. I
Mm.
mean, it does. You do have to bear in mind if you're a new player to the game, that can be a little bit confusing that you're not scoring. Like, because you might have in your head as a new player, oh, if I get a standard bearer, I'm scoring. and
Yeah.
then oh no wait, actually you're not because you're light troops, etc. So there is that little bit of a learning curve for new people, I guess. But I like standard bearers being an option even on light troops,
Yeah.
because yeah, often there's not too many of them. I mean, in this case, a single model, so not many
Yeah.
of them. But yes, it's nice, and 10 points, why not?
Yeah, a couple of wretched ones, and decent magic as well, especially with the idea of Veil Walker. I quite like this as just a choice on its own.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I
Uh,
don't think it's that much different than the mount version, is it? In
no,
terms of
no.
cost or anything. So
But the fact that it can come from specials separately from characters is pretty cool.
yeah,
Do
I
the
mean,
same
the
thing.
battle shrine as a mount is 190. So you kind of like paying a bit for the guy on top of the non character option. But I
Yeah,
guess that's because you're not in your character choice, which is a very competitive category. So
yeah.
yeah,
Next up, we have Flayers. These are a pretty interesting chaff. They're very, very good movement. It's charge and mobility 10, and Vanguard of only 3, though. So they try and quell that somewhat.
yeah.
But yeah, these guys have still have the Battle Fever, still have a decent amount of attacks, and Skinning Lash can give them a sweeping attack, just to be a bit interesting as well.
Mm. Yeah, it is a bit interesting. I mean, it is only one hit, and I guess that's strength 4, AP 1, right, for a sweeping attack.
I guess
Um,
so, unless it's a. I don't think it's a different weapon choice
no,
earlier on. So
yeah,
yeah, but the
but they're
strength four
very
AP 1 is
maneuverable.
pretty
So
nice for a sweeping attack. But yeah, you're only
mm,
going to have 5. I don't think you're often going to have 10 of these chaps. But 170 points for pretty
yeah.
decent chaff is pretty good.
Well, it's very quick chap, isn't it? And the feigned flight and everything means that they can be where they want to be and they can get away if they need to. Strider, your favourite thing in the game, apparently, um, is already there. They can't take any favours, of course, which does mean that they're just what they are on the tin. But
Yeah,
that's not a problem. So
yeah, man.
mm,
No, nice. Then next up, another a very controversial one. It has been there for a while, and the teleporting thing has been used. But it seems to be a lot of people are giving this bit grief recently.
yeah, people think it's bent, and I'll be honest. Every time I've gone against it, which is probably only once in the whole of Ninth Age, actually, I just think to myself, "Oh, can you just explain it really simply? Because I can't be bothered to read all that." And that is not the approach to take, because if you take that approach, you will lose to it because you will just not know where your opponent's units are. So
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
there's
just me.
a decent big paragraph to it. Essentially, you're putting those tokens down,
Gateway markers.
and
Yeah,
get portal to teleport anything. You do have to be within 9 inches of the model
yeah,
in order to teleport through this. Obviously, the previous mentioned Veilgate Orb, you don't have to do that. You just have to be in that unit. But yeah, this one, you actually have to be close to it. You also have to have been able to move. Now, that does mean you
mm,
can move in a thing to get in 9 inches, for example, of the model. But yeah, you can't be like shaken or just ambushed or failed charge or anything like that.
yeah, that sort of stuff. Mm. So
On its own, so I mean that's the big thing. If you want your units, and there are a few different ways to create different portals and portal markers. But yeah, essentially at the start of the magic phase, you can take one away, but you can also put new ones down within 24 inches of the helm or and start teleporting your units across the entire length of the board, willy nilly, somewhat, and bringing them back
yeah,
up within 6 inches. You know, the classic 3 points from the portal marker. You can
yeah,
just cover the marker to mean that people won't be able to ambush from them, but that does
yeah,
mean you're closer and within 3 inches of the marker, and will likely take 3d3 toxic attacks if
yeah.
they choose to blow it up.
And also, you are adding a lot of time to the game because your opponent might check to see if you've messed up. So
Yeah, I think this type of thing does add a lot of time to the game anyway.
yes, true.
It's not a sort of normal mechanic, I don't think, which is good. It is good to have those types of things.
Yeah,
I don't mind it too much because but it's just so different that it's hard to learn to play against it, and I think
yeah,
you learn to play against it by getting absolutely battered by it, and that's not necessarily the best
no,
way. But hey, that's how a lot of people have to do it. On its own, though, as I was saying, in terms of stats, it's not terrible. 5 attacks at
no.
strength 5, AP2. It's got a 5 up Aegis and a 5 up armor at res 6 with 6 HP. It's fearless, so can't flee. But no stomps or anything like that. And quite a big base means that it's not going to be really wanting to fight anyone.
No. Yeah, I mean, it might hold combat for a couple of rounds, but it's not going to do a lot because I mean it's supernal as well, which means you do have to worry about taking wounds if you get in the wrong fight as well.
Yeah.
Your toughness, your general resilience is not going to hold you long if you pick the wrong enemy or get in the wrong place. And it's not like you can just gateway yourself out of there. So
No.
you've ironically you've got to be more careful with what's creating the gates than the stuff that uses the gates. So yeah.
But yeah, that is the Helmore. The Forsaken one is up next, and this is the big daddy of the Wretched ones, effectively. Has all the sort of same rules and the random movement 3d6, but is much bigger with 8 HP, 6 res 6, and strength 6 AP2. Great with grind attacks D6 plus 3. He is a big boy.
He is, and I'm surprised that this one has stayed at D6 plus 3. I mean, I was surprised the Wretched ones haven't changed to 2d3 or something like that by now as well, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, I think there might be an outcry from Wretched One lovers if that ever did happen, which is maybe why they haven't done it. But with anything with random attacks and everything, you do risk them not doing what you want them to at the right time.
Yeah.
The only thing is with grind attacks is you've already hit, so usually you can make up for a bad roll on the d6 or whatever by already getting through the hits.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the resilience on this guy. The 8 HP is not going anywhere anytime soon. Obviously, you've got to be aware of the unstable, just like you have with Wretched ones.
Yeah.
But
This one,
Dying Blow will help you out as well.
Dying Blow is really good here, and obviously regen 5. But you don't automatically get stomps, do you, with height 5? It would say it in the thing. So the fact, probably the big thing for me is that the fact that you don't get stomps is a bit interesting. But I guess that would make it good at Dying Blow. But at 340 points, actually, that's quite a lot.
Yeah, I guess so. And I suppose really the stomps are effectively just an extra grind attack, aren't they? Because they've already hit on stomps as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it just doesn't really care what it's fighting, so it doesn't really know to stomp on a little guy as opposed to flail its arms and limbs and things as part of its grind attack.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is an interesting observation actually, because I'm not sure there's much that's height 5 that doesn't have a form of stomp, other than the Helmore, which we've just gone through.
The Helmore, I did notice that. Yeah. But, okay, interesting. The Marauding Giant is your classic giant. Can be a big brother as well. This one for Giant C, Giant Do. If I go down, is Battle Fever. So rerolls to break, which is pretty cool. The Monstrous Familiar, I think, is really nice, having another magic spell from it. And you can see that there's lots of different ways other than the Sorcerer to actually get these spells, which is pretty cool. And the Tribal Warsphere.
So.
No, you don't, because there's only, was it called Concave 1? But it's a decent, alchemy Hellfire. You can have lots of Hellfires, which would be pretty cool.
Very good spells. Yeah.
And Tribal Warsphere is the only other one of note. It gives it multiple wounds D3 against height 4 or 5 against the big guys, and it can be attachable again into barbarians. So a little war platform type thing into them as well to make basically it's a big barbarian.
Yeah, but doesn't actually have war platform, or doesn't gain war platform,
No.
which is interesting. So I guess it can go anywhere in its unit, right?
I
At
think
the
because
front.
it's an attachable model, it has to go into barbarians, right?
Yes, yeah, and that's part of the exclusive barbarians. I'm just wondering if you could have it on the side of a unit of barbarians, like instead of in the center, like a war platform.
I guess you could, because it's just it'd be act like a
Attachable.
character, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I guess so.
I think so.
I mean, whether you would want to or not is
Yeah.
completely up to you. But I think
And
you probably would. You
you can only have
protect the
one.
flank of barbarians.
Yeah, you can only have one giant in a barbarian unit, but that is enough, and very
It's
themed
enough.
as well.
Yeah,
So I quite like that a lot.
yeah, yeah. It's pretty cool.
Carrying on though, we have another Feldrak type. It's a Feldrak Elder, not the Ancestor, the Elder. So he's slightly better stats than the Feldraks themselves, and slightly worse than the Elder. The in-betweeny guy is the middle brother, giving 6 attacks at strength 6 AP3. Again, Hatred Fly and Stomp Attack D6. You can give him a Great Weapon Halberd, paired weapons. Paired weapons I really like here because he's already a nice strength. But obviously it is 60 points.
Yeah, it's really interesting on this kind of model, and then the Ancestor has the same thing as to why they have to pay so much more for their paired weapons and great weapons and everything. But I think it's just because they went around absolutely ripping people apart when they were a lot cheaper, these weapons options.
Yeah.
So they've just got to go up and up and up, and people still take it because it's still amazing.
Yeah, I
So
mean, it plugs so many gaps for them. It gives them an extra attack, which is always good on single models. Offensive obviously goes up, but the main thing there is that it bypasses
doesn't worry
parry.
about parry. Yeah.
So all of a sudden, any infantry unit rather than just some infantry units he's good against as well. So
exactly
I think that's probably it with the paired weapons.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's just so good.
But yeah, I quite like him. 500 points for a paired weapon as Feldrak Elder is very expensive though. More than 10%, and is of your army list, and but very very possible. I think, wasn't it at Sweden there was two elders and an ancestor.
Oh, you could be right. I didn't spot that one, especially. But yeah, absolutely.
But yeah,
And
just fun.
the 7 HP is what makes these guys so good as well, because they really take a lot of killing. And unlike other models that are in this army, there's no supernal or unstable to worry about. They're just gonna keep on fighting. So
yeah, man. But yeah, I do like him. I would like to take more of him, but I'm just 500 is a lot.
Next modelling thing for you?
Well, I've got a couple. They're just of the old type, so they're only on 50 by 50s. So I just need to make that a bit bigger, but that's easy enough.
Yeah, true.
Which takes us to the end of the book, and
I just thought we were going to get more Gribblies.
Yeah, and I say swift end. Well done if you've taken this whole time.
These have got progressively longer, haven't they? These books.
Yeah.
Poor beast herds, they'll want another review.
Clearly, because we've got more experience, more knowledgeable, and we haven't missed a single thing in this report. We've honed our review skills. We thank you very much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed. If you watched them all, an extra special round of applause.
Yeah.
Let us know if you have watched them all.
Brag about it.
Yeah.
You deserve to be celebrated for your dedication.
We will absolutely make sure you get a like and a heart from us on the comments. Absolutely.
We mean all of them.
Yeah, this time we'll mean it. You know.
Yeah, more than all the others.
But yeah, anyway, we will leave it there. It's been really nice to do this series, and we'll definitely be referring to these in the future. So it's probably worth, if you haven't looked at them all and you want to look at them all, look at them, because especially in the coming months when there is updates, we'll probably refer to this as our go back and watch this, and we're going to just look at the updates. So
exactly.
So we'll leave this series there. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Definitely been a useful take and look at all the army books.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm any better at playing against them, but I know them better.
Yeah, and you can't say that you haven't read the book now.
No, indeed. Exactly.
So that quashes that argument out there.
It does. I consider it quashed.
um, uh, uh, as always, like, share, subscribe. Check us out on all the social medias, on the forum as well. We are really doubling down on the 100 Club. We're making decent progress. We might just be running out of time, but we have got 2 months left, nearly, to get as much as possible. So hit us up if you have not played us in 2025. We are looking for all opponents everywhere.
We are, and the only thing that will hold us back now is the physical time in the day to actually play them. So it won't be your fault; it'll be ours.
Absolutely. But yeah. Otherwise, we've enjoyed doing these. Thanks very much for watching. Stay very safe. Keep playing Ninth Age, and as always, we will see you later.